Sustainable Summer School is een hele week van werken. Werken met mensen uit architectuur, uit design, filosofen, psychologen, economisten, biologen zijn hier allemaal samen om gedurende 1 week met multidisciplinaire teams te gaan werken op echte cases.
Het probleem is dus dat we hier water verpompen, regenwater dat via de beek naar hier komt en dat niet gravitair, zoals we het noemen, afloopt naar het kanaal en van het kanaal naar de zee.
Dus we hebben gekozen om de Vennestraat in te brengen in het kader van Public Space. Eigenlijk omdat we hier voor een heel deel uitdagingen staan. De Vennestraat is een straat die na de sluitingen van de mijnen een beetje in verval geraakt is, met heel wat leegstand enzovoort.
Le principal problème que nous avons dans le quartier, c'est la mobilité, notamment, et également la propreté dans les rues, due aux incivilités.
Wij hopen dat de deelnemers een stuk gaan nadenken over nieuwe manieren waarop we de mensen in de regio kunnen inspireren om toch op een andere manier met voedsel om te gaan.
We hebben nu dit initiatief opgezet samen met Institute Without Boundaries om hun specifieke aanpak, die multidisciplinaire design approach, naar hier te brengen.
And to investigate the possibility of our working together, sharing some of the techniques and knowledge and practices that we have at the Institute Without Boundaries. Because we focus strongly on sustainability. More importantly, I think with this project specifically, I find it very, very interesting to have, as we do, people from Canada, but people from Europe, people from Australia, people from Iran, people from Turkey, all together, and also people from different professional backgrounds, whether they're architects or designers or engineers or business people or teachers.
We gaan er ook over nadenken hoe we dingen kunnen gaan verbeteren op dat lokaal niveau, maar ook uitvergroten op bepaalde oplossingen die overal inzetbaar zijn.
So we are trying to come up with solutions
to make sure that people meet and collaborate and embrace all the good things that are happening.
It's just another way of thinking.
Really looking at what are all the factors at play. We went around and talked to a lot of the community members, like just on the street doing interviews with people, restaurant owners, as well as experts in the field. So.
Wel, het meest interessante van alles vond ik de gele, blauwe, oranje, welke kleur dan ook, stickertjes die overal opgeplakt waren. Want dat betekent dat men eigenlijk out of the blue, zou ik zo zeggen, aan het nadenken is over de verschillende mogelijkheden die er zijn om een probleem dat gesteld is, mogelijk naar oplossingen aan te reiken en straks hopelijk te landen in een aantal heel concrete voorstellen.
Ce qui est intéressant à mettre en évidence, c'est de dire que le design n'est pas uniquement une affaire de designers, que le design concerne effectivement toute une série d'acteurs de la société, que ce soit des architectes, des ingénieurs, des sociologues, et tout ce petit monde est ici réuni. Et donc l'initiative de REcentre ici me semble vraiment une initiative positive et je suis impatient d'en voir les conclusions.
Et le problème que nous avons avec eux, c'est qu'ils signent toujours leurs actes par des DG. Parce que nous, quand on essaie de venir avec des nouveaux bénévoles pour venir travailler, ils sont dans les jardins, là, ce genre de choses les fait peur, les effraie. Je dis, aucune dame qui veut venir seule ici, par exemple. Oui. Elles ont peur.
Mais le gros problème pour moi, c'est la sécurité et la dégradation du quartier, qui est un quartier... Paraîtrait-il que c'est le petit Montmartre de Liège, il ne ressemble plus trop à ça. Et on fait un peu ce qu'on veut, quoi. Voilà.
On a eu un phénomène de viol il y a quelques années dans le jardin botanique. On a eu 3 cas. On est tombé sur lui 3 semaines après.
Il y a des gens dans mon quartier, c'est ça. Hein. On les voit, la bière du matin au soir, sans arrêt. Hein.
Let's wash it off, you know, we want a new city. which is all about getting life back into Saint-Gilles. So big ambitions, but starting in very small steps, very organic process that can change and develop over time with the input of all the stakeholders and communities.
Water in the underground coming up by this river and going down to the pump station. There you see the pump station with the pipes going up to the canal.
So what we have is actually a master plan for the whole region, and it's not just about reusing this water or using this water for different purposes, but also for enhancing the identity of the Belgian Limburg region.
Diversity also is one of the key things in Genk. Also because of the mining industry, we saw in the beginning it was most of them were from Eastern Europe, immigrants from Eastern Europe. They came to work in the mines. Afterwards it was Southern Europe, so Spain, Greece, Italy. And then in the 60s and the 70s, most of them in the 70s, also Maghreb, so Moroccan immigrants and Turkish immigrants came to Genk. But at this time, you can say that 50% of all inhabitants are from one or another way immigrant background. At this moment, we see an increasing problem of segregation.
And what we're actually trying to do is embrace all the good things that are happening and try to incorporate those in the solutions or the plan that we're presenting tomorrow.
Wij merken eigenlijk dat we in de loop van het project onvoldoende de vraag bij de mensen naar boven krijgen. En eigenlijk de vraag niet, de omzet of de verkoop niet kunnen laten stijgen.
I feel like I'm like the reality checker in this food case study. It's very exciting to collaborate with all those people who are thinking a lot. And I'm just sitting there and thinking, okay, so what about the reality? We have to do something about that.
We are deciding to look at the main problem as being the separation between the farmer and the city. So we have to bring a penetration of the farmer into the city and the city into the farm.
Welcome. This is the final outline of our concept of Maastricht. It starts out in 2012. It starts out with a farm, with a farmer. He has a lot of interesting organic products that he pushes through the river, along the river Maas, and it comes through a central market over here. It's a floating market. Then, the farmer was up really early, but some tourist over here also wakes up and goes outside and sees an interesting marker. And he's curious, he wants to know a bit more about it, so he goes from there. You can see the flow. He's coming up to here, and he finds out that there's a market of organic and local products. And he also finds out there's an interesting tasting experience over here, where he can discover lots of local products of the center of Maastricht and the surrounding areas as well.
What struck us was how close the actual area is. It's got blocks with very strong facades to the street, but a lot of the window dressing was closed, doors were closed, very walled in. And there's signs all throughout the district that prohibit you from doing things. It's like stop walking, don't park here, don't enter here, don't go down this street, stop breathing. It's like the whole community, in a way, has started to shut down and close in on itself. Our first seed was actually that moment of public intervention on Saint-Gilles Street, when the community started to first engage with us, and there was that seed of hope. So, the second seed. In this project, we take the simple umbrella to make a project which becomes a public gathering space for the inhabitants, the local residents in Saint-Gilles. And it's an exercise primarily in social cohesion. Archetypical umbrella, which to us became quite a significant thing because it represented shelter. When you look at the connection and the synergy that's actually going on, the street, so this is an example of the street, the Vennestraat, it used to be an incubator for things that are happening, and I think we think it should really be the incubator as well. So the energy coming from the Vennestraat is coming in there, going out there by sea mine, by the city of Genk, by the students. Really people are using it, and this is the place where the things connect in the Vennestraat, where everyone comes together.
For example, we have this symbol that we said was used in the marketing. We've made this into a piece of urban furniture, which you can actually use as a bench. The citizens can dictate the materials. You could make different sizes. You could put a fountain, put the barbecue on it, sit around it. It's a really cool, transformable way of continuing the marketing throughout the neighborhood and having a really interesting, useful piece of urban furniture.
When we saw the WTS that the local youth had put on the, like if you go up to the mountain, you look down, they've made a WTS, which is for winter slug, right? But for us, it's, yeah, we want everyone to think that when you winter slug it, it means that everyone gets together and does it together.
So in conclusion, I think we've given you a bit of a whistle-stop tour, sort of a palette of potential solutions that might be out there. But we're trying to balance this sense of local needs and global issues. Local needs, on the west, we introduced ideas of tourism using the heritages that's here around the coal mining industry, building up the business park that's there, and giving it a more future-looking slant. And then global issues, well, how could society tackle some of the issues that are not just here but all over the world?
We're pumping the water up with the landmark and can flow through the farms. And the south side, the other side, this side, will be a place for hotels, so people can stay here, come here for a week, 2 weeks to participate in this project.
Wat ik geweldig vind aan het Summer School initiatief hier is dat wij eigenlijk mensen krijgen van over heel de wereld die hier komen samen denken over een aantal oplossingen voor het milieu. En iets dat heel erg opgevallen is, dat is dat de beste oplossingen eigenlijk die zijn die je vindt op het ogenblik dat je niet meer aan het duurzame denkt, maar gewoon aan goede oplossingen.
Summer School voor mij was zeer fun en ik geloof echt in een manier om samen te werken met mensen van een verschillende opleiding en disciplines.
It was a really inspiring experience for making a social innovation to solve local problems with global design problem solvers.
All around Europe, there will be more of this kind of campus that help people to understand the future of sustainability.